and welcome once again to my YouTube channel. I'm Gwendolyn Halley. I'm a medical microbiologist. I'm a content creator on beauty, on health, on business, on lifestyle, and a lot more. Today I'm going to talk to you on how to register a small and medium-sized enterprise in Cameroon. In French, we'll say petites et moyennes entreprises, and we are going to dive straight into it. Now, a lot of you watching me now will want to know, okay, Gwen, why should I take your advice? You're not a business lawyer. You don't work in the tax office or in the government. You've never worked in the government. Why should I take your advice? Well, point number one, I ran a small and medium-sized enterprise for 8 years before I expanded into a private limited company, what they call SARL in French. So I registered my établissement, small and medium-sized enterprise, and I then moved into a private limited company. So I'm very used to the tax systems. I know the advantages, the disadvantages, and also there's not a lot of information the government puts on their website or in the Cameroon public concerning the advantages between registering in this type of company, registering this type of company or that type of company. Neither are there a lot of information on where to go and do it and all that. So I'm doing this because a lot of people don't have all the information they need, the necessary documentation, where to go and all that. And this gives a lot of open doors, a lot of platforms to people getting duped of their money, people getting extorted of their money and corruption and a lot more. But I'm here to do my part to help you and to make sure that you run a successful business, because there are some pros and some cons that are attached to having a type of registering a particular type of business, particularly in Cameroon. Now, the next point is I got the chance to read this, so I want to bring it closer to you so you can look at it. And this is the business law created by OHADA. Now, OHADA is Organization for the Harmonization of Business Law in Africa, and this is for the CEMAC countries. And the CEMAC countries, which are here, is the Republic of Benin, Republic of Burkina Faso, Cameroon, Central African Republic, Islamic Federal Republic of the Comoros, the Republic of Congo, Republic of Côte d'Ivoire, Republic of Gabon, Equatorial Guinea, Mali, Niger, Senegal, Chad, and Togo. So this is not actually just all, it's not even all just the CEMAC countries, I guess, but this is for the countries that are using the franc, convened that membership in the franc zone. So those who are using the franc CFA. So this is an important book for us. So you can grab your copies, 10,000 francs. Now, firstly, I would like to say that this is a law, that business law, that runs in all the countries I have mentioned. But it's good to also note that each country can also create their own small business laws under this law. For example, in Cameroon, there's what we have, établissement. Établissement is not found in this book. And also Impot Liberatoir, what they call liberal tax. That is not in this book. Now, I would like to say something. Impot Liberatoire is mostly, or liberal tax is mostly those small kiosks, people who have small kiosks, people who have small businesses around, small shops which they have, and I think it's 25,000 francs a year. You pay your hygiene tax, you pay your what they call OTVP. That means if your shop is by the road, and also if you have a billboard or a plaque or some kind of notice board in front of your shop, you pay for it as well. So, and if you want to accumulate all of that, it's approximately 50,000 francs. So, which is better? Why don't you just create your small and medium-sized business, which is établissement? We call it Cameroon établissement. Now, établissement is roughly, to register, is around that amount, and to have an établissement, it has more advantages than the Impot Liberatoire. A lot of people go into the Impot Liberatoire thinking that it's cheaper. It's still the same amount of money, but just take an établissement and then work with it, because it has more advantages. And to register an établissement, you need some documentation, but to register your to have the Impot Liberatoire, you don't need documentation. You don't need to register it. You just go to the tax office and then you pay. And you know, basically you're running as a mini scale business, you know, and that's it. So your first requirement is, for an individual, you need 2 simple photocopies of your CNA. For nationals, that means if you have your Cameroon ID card, you need 2 photocopies, and resident permits. Number 2, if you are a foreigner, you need your resident permit or your passport of the country which you're coming from, and then you need to do 2 business location plans signed by the applicant, and you put in your telephone number. That means that you draw the plan of where your business is located, you sign, you put your name on it, and then you put your telephone number, and then 1 simple copy of a marriage certificate. That will help so that we know if your properties with your spouse is joint or it's not joint. So that this is very important. And also a criminal record from the natives. That is, if wherever you are born, you get a criminal record from that region. And that is, you can get it at Palais de Justice in the different towns you are. Palais de Justice Court of Appeal. So if you just go and tell them that you're looking for what they call in French extra du casier judiciaire, you can get it at the Court of Appeal. So if you go to any Court of Appeal, you go up, you take a copy, a photocopy and the original copy of your birth certificate and take your ID card along. That's going to help, and I think you're going to get it that same day or the following day, depending on the process in the court you're going to, the region where you are. And the sum of money is about 41,500 francs, and this is what you need. This is actually what you need to register your company. Now you go with all this documentation into the small and medium-sized enterprise, which has been created by the Cameroon in Douala. I don't know. What happens is that is the main office, but you have other subcontractors that come under this small and medium-sized enterprise that is based in Douala and get and act as a subcontractor. That means that they collect documentations of people who want to register their établissement and then send all the documents to the small and medium-sized enterprise in Douala. And this is found in Aqua, around the Boulevard de Liberté, opposite Total by Glutelo. So there's a big building there. You can go in there and you deposit your documents, and they'll give you all the information that you need. You hand it, and I think they give you the files are submitted in that area. They call that place the Business Creation Formalities Center, and it is very good. Business Creation Formalities Center, and the files are deposited between 8 a.m. and 12 p.m. and you can withdraw your file. The day they ask you to come and collect your documentation is between 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. If you go at the wrong time, they won't give you the documents because they respect their lunch hours, they respect the time of depositing the documents and retrieving the documentation or your documentation. So this is actually what you will need to register your établissement. And guys, I'll be very honest with you, there are more advantages when you register an établissement and when you are just under Impot Liberatoire or Liberal Tax. Looking at it is the same money, but you don't have government authorities just barge into your place and then claim to block it up. And if you're an Impot Liberatoire, you notice that they can just get up and lock your shop anytime they want. But if you have an établissement and your company is known by the government and you have your documentation, then it will be very difficult for them to just barge in and do whatever they want. So it is very important. You can declare your taxes, and with this établissement, you have to declare your taxes. You take your documentations to the tax office and actually get your non-relevance to show that you are not owing tax and all your documentation. And now they do declarations online. It's good to know the type of declarations that you are going to be doing. It's good to know how to do it online. This is very important. Very, very important, guys. And the advantage is that you can use your établissement documents and travel abroad. If you're going out for business, you can use it to get a bank statement for your business. But you can't, with Impot Liberatoire, it's not incorporated into the business creation, the business creation facility, or the government is not recognizing it as a company. You're recognizing it as a trader, like it's like you are doing trading. You understand? Buying and selling, trading, that kind of trading by the roadside or something. That's the way they look at it. But it's the same amount. Now, why will you be paying 50,000 francs a year for Impot Liberatoir when you can just register your small and medium-sized enterprise, your establishment, and you're fine? And you are fine. Now, if you're worried about paying tax, whether you like it or not, paying the tax is good. But you can also declare NIANT, like you haven't sold anything that month. And now you can do it online. You just need to go on your phone and you do the declarations online. Now, it's much easier than before. You always have to go to the tax office and sit there and get a declaration. You fill the form, give the stamp it and all that. So now it's much easier. Now, another advantage, when you open your bank account, you can travel for business with that bank account. But with a small petite business, you can't. There are a lot more advantages. You are being respected. And it's more like a sole proprietorship. It's individual, so it's in your name. It is in your name. So you have to know another disadvantage is that if something happens to you, you understand, they will actually come for you. If you're having problems with the government and all that, they will come for you individually. They'll come for your personal assets. They won't come for the assets of the company. And in this business, you cannot have partners. So this is why it is very good to move. If you notice that your business is growing, like my business was growing, and I needed more investors, I needed more business partners, I had to expand. And to be very honest with you, no business will take you seriously, no partner will take you seriously if you don't have all your documentation. Have all your documentation. Now, many etablissements, if you're etablissement, if you're on etablissement, you are less likely to pay the OTVP, that is if your company is by the road, and the hygiene tax. That depends on your type of business. If you're in a building, you are less likely to pay all of that. But if you're in the position where you have to pay it, I think you should pay it, because that would depend. Because OTVP is if your business is directly on the road. Because you're occupying, cars will come and park in front of your stores, your shop and all that. Hygiene tax is for cleanup. The government uses to clean up the environment. So this is very important. I hope you have been blessed, but you have been blessed by, you have been enlightened by the information I've given you. So go forward, register your etablissement. You can do it by yourself, or you get a lawyer to do it for you. Get a lawyer to do it for you if you can, because it is very, very easy to. And make sure you pay your lawyer's fee, because what happens is when you enter a place and people are aware that you don't know the information, you don't have all the information, they can easily dupe you. But most times, get a lawyer to do it. God bless you. Till next time.